Hi, everybody. I know I'm late. I wonder who's going to be here first. Who's first to the party? Wouldn't it be funny if nobody came in? Let's see. Okay. Somebody made it, I'm happy to say. Sorry I'm late. Linda called. I was on the phone longer with her than I should have been. I tried to get off but didn't want to be rude. And then I had to throw my garbage out late because it was pouring before. We had a sudden storm. Hi, Rita. Nice to see you. Get down, baby. I swear. Just like a child. Go sit. Go sit. Every single time I get on, it's amazing. It really is. Rita, you've been working so hard for me. My goodness. I have another video that I need to just edit and upload. Hi, Casey. It is good to see you. And yeah, my goodness, this is a lot of work. Hi, how are you, Sheila? Good to see you. I have to catch your video. I didn't see it yet. I've been so crazy busy. Hi, Patty. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. I saw just a tiny little bit of your video. I have to watch the rest of it. Honey, go sit. Go sit. Go sit. Why does this happen? It is a lot of work. I can't stand it. Weren't you out with the boys? I don't remember. No, you were not. Mommy didn't let you out with the boys? Yeah, I have to let her out. Okay. I hate to start like this, but chat with each other for a minute and I will be right back. I really, truly try to make sure this doesn't happen and it doesn't matter. Hi, Paula. Good to see you. I'll be right back. Just letting my little girl out who's clearly making herself known. I'm coming. I'm coming, you crazy coot. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ruby. Honey, if you don't go, I'm going back. Ruby. Come on, my love. Come on, babies. Go. Go, go. Honey, you can't do this to me. No? I'm sorry. Go out. No? You don't want to go out. I'm going back. After all that, she did not want to go out. How do you like that? That is extremely annoying. Absolutely annoying. You talking about Carla? Okay. Hi. Oh, Sandy's here? Yeah, I missed the conversation clearly. For And it is really bad because Ruby didn't go out after all that. Ah, son of a gun. So you did a makeup look, Sheila. Nice. Actually, wouldn't that be an interesting thing? Yes, that's exactly what happened, and that's exactly what I did. I gave her one. Yeah, but it didn't work out that. We're just weird. Just totally, totally weird. It has been a very strange time. I went on that appraisal on the house last weekend, and they were so, yeah, they were so, oh, they were such nice people, but the bottom line is they're not sure they want to sell the house yet. She is considerably pregnant, expecting to give birth in about 2 months. So it's nothing that's going to happen anytime soon. So it's another one of those, things that just the timing is not right. And I really believe that God is trying to put my foot on a different path. The problem is all the paths that my feet are on, the road is a little bit rough. So there's got to be a reason for it. They wanted to know the value of the house at this point and try to make a decision about what they want to do. And, the difficulty is also that they want to move farther west. So it's going to cost them more for less. So it's a little bit of a difficult situation. So, but every single thing that I have touched lately has been that way. And yeah, but they want to know market value, and it is what it is. Oh Lord, it has been so many years. No, 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 no. I don't think they want to do that. I think, yeah, thanks a lot, Marla. I think, yeah, I mean, listen, I have to be grateful. I said to the physical therapist today, he was working on my leg and it was feeling a little bit sore, and he just does such great work on it. He really does. And I said, there are days that I feel as if I'm not doing as well. And he said, that is the way it may feel to you. He said, but from where I'm standing, it's looking really good. So he's really happy with the way that it's going. And yeah, yeah, I did see those dresses, and I agree, you really did look terrific in the red. So yeah, goodness, I have to watch your tutorial, Sheila. Maybe you can teach me how to do my eye makeup. It's been a while, I'm just, oh, Mary, I guess I missed you too. Sorry about that. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you. Yeah, looks like some of the old gang. So, yeah, I think so, and I was watching today. I was on the bicycle, and the first time I got on the bicycle, I couldn't manage to get my right foot over the hump to push it around, and I'd have to back up and try it again. It was kind of like trying to push a car up a hill. Hi, Sheila. So it was it was a little bit difficult. It's getting a little bit easier, but there was a woman there today who was considerably older, and no, I didn't see that. And she was in a wheelchair, and he was trying to get her up to have her walk a very short distance holding onto a walker. So he had the wheelchair directly behind her knees so that if she fell down, she'd fall into the chair, that she couldn't get hurt. And she was holding on to the walker, and she could not walk. I mean, her knees were kind of giving out on her, and it was a very tentative walk. It was terrible. It was a really, really frightening thing to watch. And I was so touched by it that I said, how lucky am I that I'm not in that position? I mean, thank God I can walk and I'm walking so much better. Please, God, let it stay that way. And I can ride the bike and I can do all of the other stuff. So I definitely am feeling lucky with all of that. Yes, it really could be worse. So yeah, I'm going to definitely have to watch that, but I didn't see it. And I had thought about watching it, but I never did get to see it. My time is so constrained these days with all this stuff that I'm doing. I never worked so hard to do so much to earn so little in my life. But oh, yes, there's no question. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it's on YouTube. And I've watched many of the things on YouTube with all America's Got Talent and all of those shows. Hi, Melissa. Nice to see you. Yes. Yeah. I know. And really, yes. I mean, my God, I think it was 5 months before I finally slept in my. You know what it was? When I made the last payment on the chair was when I was able to sleep in the bed. I have been working really hard at it. There's no question about it. So I'm happy for the progress I'm making. I just wish I could make the progress on the financial side as well as I've done with the other stuff. And I'm working really hard on the house, but only as I'm able to do it. It's funny because David said to me yesterday, he said, you really need to focus on that. And I said, well, that's easier said than done because you have to focus on that. It's like the greasy wheel not the greasy wheel, the squeaky wheel gets the most grease. And it really is true. So the thing is, you deal with the biggest pressure, and the biggest pressure is the bills coming in. So I said to him, I get to do the work in the house as I can between doing the things that I'm trying to do that will bring some money in while I'm going through the process. So it's it's a little bit like trying to put my finger in the dam to stem the flood. And yeah, but it's a fascinating process. I'm learning a lot about a lot. And who knew I'm becoming a fashionista? It's really funny. I'm learning all these different brand names and all this stuff. And it's making me laugh. It really is making me laugh because if anyone had asked me at any point in my life what I thought I would be doing, this would not have even come into the conversation. It was not anything I ever saw myself doing, envisioned myself doing, or whatever. But you do what you have to do. It's kind of like trying to get up to walk and take one step at a time and do all of that. So I'm doing some of the thrifting, but I hate the thrifting, to be honest with you. I just don't like it. I know a lot of people love it. Um, yeah, she was such a big help. She really was. Hi, Meredith. The thing is, she went through a lot of stuff of her own. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, I have to tell you that it's funny. I know. Some people do have thousands of items. And then they have these things where you can be a boutique, but they suggest that you buy items from the system, and the people on the system are charging so much for the items that you're supposed to be buying wholesale that the only person making money on it is the person selling the items to you. So it is what it is. I know. I know. I wish I did too, but David's going to be here in about 2 weeks, and he's going to be able to give me a few hours one afternoon, I'm told. So I'm going to try to have a lot of things done so that he can really help me get things done that I cannot do. So, yeah, it has to be a huge pain. It really has to be a huge pain. It is, it is so labor intensive for so little profit per item that I'm astounded by it. I really am astounded. On the other side of the coin, I'm also fascinated by the people who make it work. So the part of me that is always intrigued with absolutely majorly awe. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. She's having it tomorrow. Oh, okay. She's chatted in here? Okay. Yes, I will definitely pray for her tonight. Thanks for reminding me, Sheila. Um, the mailing the stuff, it is a pain. There's no question about it. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the mailing of it is an issue for me a little bit because I have to go to the office first to print out the label because I don't have any ink for my printer, and my printer's a lousy printer anyway. So I go to the office, I print out the label, I then have to put it on the package and I send it out. And then after you send it out, you have to wait and see if they like it and if they give you a decent review on it, if they review it at all. Yes, absolutely, we'll pray for Madeline. No question about it. So yeah, I've never seen anything like it. And what I did this weekend was I went shopping. It's a very interesting thing. I realize now, looking back, that I was really a shopaholic. I really was. Oh, okay. Oh, sure. Yes. Oh, they'll cheat you too. Oh, good. Oh, um, yeah. I just, it's, I don't, I don't feel like I'm a shop. Well, if I'm a shopaholic now, it's for my closet. I'm buying nothing for me. Zero, zilch, nothing. But I am buying for the closet. And I made a discovery this weekend because I'm trying to find my place in this thing because I don't want to do what a lot of other people are doing. I don't want to make so little on each item that I have to that I have to sell a gazillion things. The special, yeah, that immunotherapy can be so good though if it works for the particular cancer that she has. So it's a gift that they have it available now. It's very recent, so it's wonderful that it's available to her. So yeah, so I'm definitely trying to find my place in it because I will burn out fast if I don't. Oh, it does, I'm sure. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I keep looking around my house and I keep looking around every place that I go to find things to sell. The thrifting part of it, I've been several times, but I think this last time really, really turned me off. Yeah, well, I mean, what I did this weekend, I had to do something because after the episode with going on the appraisal and finding out that they really had no interest in selling the house at this point, and it was a holiday weekend and I was alone. Yeah, Marla, I don't like the thrifting. I don't like. I picked up a bit. Well, I saw you saw that in the video. I I put I picked it up and there was a stain in the crotch. It was disgusting. They, you know, those rats. So I just I'm trying a different route. So what I did was I went to Century 21. It is a discount store here. I went to that store once before, and that was when it first opened, and that was years ago. I have never been back. So I went in and I thought, okay, I'll kill a few hours. It was on Memorial Day. And I didn't realize how big the store is. It's huge. Oh, did you? Yeah, that's just it. I think the way it works, and I could be wrong, I have to say, don't, yes, I got some really good prices. I did. Yeah, that was disgusting. It really was. S- So, when I went into um, Century 21, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to go for the fast nickel. Fast nickel is I find it extremely depressing because when I look at it and I say all this work that I did and I made $5 or $6, it's hard. Oh, really? Ah, okay. Hi, Simone. Nice to see you. So, um, when I walked through the store, first I walked through, and that'll be in my upcoming video. When I first walked through the store, I was in the department with the designer stuff, and they had some really great designers there. They did. And I picked up, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Exactly. So I picked up a couple of the hang tags, and I saw something that was originally like $1,200. So they had it on this huge sale, and it was now only 500 something. And I was like, okay, I guess I have to move on. So I was walking through, and it was a very large store. I finally found a place where I found some items, and I decided to take a chance on 4 pieces. So I went up to the cashier, TJ Maxx. Um, so I went to the cashier and she said to me, would you like to get a store credit card? And she said, if you do, you'll get an additional 20% off. I said, then I do. Because I figured anything that I get off is going to make it a little bit easier for me. Poshmark kills you with the fees. They just kill you with those 20% fees. And then if you discount the shipping for them, you pay the difference. So it's like, I feel as if all these venues on where I design my clothes and all of this stuff, the one who makes the least money is the person who's doing all the work. So, or the creative work, certainly with the designing of the stuff. So I bought those 4 items, and then when I got the credit card, I said to her, what is your return policy? And she said 45 days with the receipt. And that a bell went off for me. And I said, okay. So I went, and she said, anything you buy today will be the additional 20% off. So I went back and I kept on shopping because my feeling was there was no downside to it for me. I listed the stuff immediately that night. I listed every item. And if it does not sell by about 40 days, I'll take them off and I'll just return them. So I will have lost nothing. So there was only an upside to it. So it made sense to me. And I'm not one to typically return things, but it was, it was just too expensive to not do it that way. And I said, okay, this is ideal because I got some really nice things and the time, exactly. So it was worth trying. As I say, I'm trying many different, I've always told people this. I used to say it about real estate. There are many roads to the same place. There really are. There are many, many different modes of transportation to the same place. You can take the bus, you can take a train, you can hitch a ride, you can drive, you can fly. And it's the same thing with all of this stuff. So I have to find my niche because I do not, oh, that's great, except I don't think I would do too well with those places trying to sell on Poshmark because everybody else has access to them as well. So I need to get stuff that's a little bit different. I did get stuff that was a little bit different this time. If any of you at some point take a look at the Poshmark closet, you'll see some of it. Some of the names I knew, some of the names I did not know, but they were really, really nice items. And I'm getting a lot of people sharing some of my pricier items. Yeah, I would figure that, Patty, that they wouldn't buy it on Poshmark. So I think, and it's interesting to me because, yeah, people are gravitating to the lower price things. I can see it, but at the same time, I hyperventilated when I took one big risk at Nordstrom's Rack. When I got those shoes, I got the whatchamacallit, on the tip of my tongue. On their racks. Um, oh shoot. It is on the tip of my tongue. The shoes that I just bought at Nordstrom's Rack were Badgley Mischka, right? And the Badgley Mischka shoes, I saw them and I said they're drop dead gorgeous. They are drop dead gorgeous shoes. And when I looked at it, I said, I have seen some closets where they sell very pricey shoes. And once again, I'm just trying to make a good business decision because my feeling is, yeah, I know the shoes, and they're prettier in person than they photograph. Oh, thanks so much. They are absolutely beautiful. They have been liked by so many people already. One person put it in a bundle. So many people have shared it already. I have a feeling I'm going to do well with the shoes, but because I paid $50 for the shoes, and the shoes, the retail on them is $265. So my feeling was, if I listed it at $139, which was the cheapest price for those shoes. There was somebody else on there who had a pair of them for $149, so I put mine on at $139. And once they take out the fees and everything, I still can possibly conceivably make a profit of $50. If I make a profit of $50 occasionally, it'll make up for all those stupid little $10 ones. Or you cannot make a living making $10 on things. It's okay if you want play money, but if you're doing this because you actually have to survive, it's not going to do it. It's just not going to work. So I'm looking for different ways, and I'm enjoying the process of trying to figure it out. I can see where you can really, really burn out on this. And I think whoever was the person, and I gather it was started in Canada, whoever was the person who started this thing is really, really smart. You have to sell 10 items a day. Yeah, and that's another thing, Sandy. I am so grateful for the fact that you can't return things on Poshmark, because that would be horrible for sellers. Because at least you'll know once it's sold, unless you get a lunatic, as occasionally happens. But for the most part, it goes out, it is sold. So far, almost every person who has bought my stuff has been really pleased and has given me a 5-star rating. So I was happy about that. Exactly. And I kind of made that decision too, Patty. I'm not going to be selling. Once again, I think, don't they take a flat fee of something like 3.90 something? So if you sell, first of all, if you sell an item for $5, I think you make $1. Why? Why? Yeah, I know that can be a real problem with size for a lot of people. But that's why, with a lot of items, they ask you to give them the size, the dimensions of it, and that you will see. Yeah, I'm so pleased with the reviews. I really am. I've gotten really great reviews, and a couple of people have written lovely little things. So yeah, it makes no sense. Exactly. And you have to do all of that work. I mean, I know there are some people who do it very fast. It takes me time. The day that I bought this stuff, and I think I bought 11 or 12 items at Century 21. Yeah. Yeah, I have to get in the habit of doing that with the measuring. But it takes me a while between taking the photographs of it and then getting it listed and then sharing it to all the parties and all the other stuff. I only put one outfit on, and that was the one that was Meredith. And Meredith, by the way, if you're still on, the woman was it in that video that I put up that I said it, that I had tried on the outfit because I wanted to put a different photo on Poshmark of that outfit because I felt that the photos I had on before didn't do it justice. So I took the photo and then something happened, I forgot what, and it delayed me. Oh, that's what it was. It was the guy came late to deliver my food, and I had to rush to get out to my physical therapy. And I had no intention of wearing that outfit. I just put it on to photograph and I was going to change. But by the time the guy came, it was too late for me to change. I was going to be late for my session, and that was no good, so I had to leave. Well, it was serendipitous that that happened because this woman, I'm telling you, I was in the little room and the windows are there, and she was on the bicycle, and she came into the room and came over to me and she said, "Where did you get that outfit?" And I looked at her. It was kind of surreal. It really was surreal. Oh, yes, I would imagine so, Patty. So, I said, I designed it. I said, it's actually, I sell them online. It's my store. And she took all my information. And I honestly felt like she might have forgotten after that day. But I noticed yesterday or the day before she bought it. So that was interesting. I'm going to make up cards. She asked me if I had cards, and I said no. And I said, I'm going to have to make cards up. So that's the next step. That's how I got my cards years ago for my staging, because I never had cards for that either until one of my, yeah, I need to buy more of my outfits to wear so that I can hopefully attract attention that way. Because, I mean, for her to run into the room and say, where did you get it? I can't tell you how good it felt. It felt wonderful. It was just, I felt as if, it was almost as if it was scripted because it couldn't be that good. How could that happen? So I was absolutely delighted. So that was nice. And to have somebody buy something who was not a friend of mine who is doing a lot of it because they want to help me, which I recognize and I'm very grateful for, but it was a total stranger who had no axe to grind, and I was just thrilled. I mean, it was very special for me. So I am extremely grateful, and we'll see where it takes me. So it sort of tempts me to do some more designs too. Yeah, I just wish he would bless me with one listing so that it could make all of this a little bit more bearable. It was a vote of confidence, and it felt great. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, it is. It was just a very, very special moment. It was a gift psychologically that I needed. I really did, and it kind of made me feel as if maybe I was doing right, that I was doing something right, and I was headed in the right direction on one level. And then again, I'm getting so fragmented. If it were not for Poshmark probably takes easily 80 to 85% of my time. It really does. And it's generating some money. That's an idea, Sandy. I never thought of that. But then again, no, it's not going to work because they want to make the money, and because the stuff that I design, when the people who get the fabric and sew it up and print the whole thing, they make most of the money on it. Again, I'm making a small piece of it. They make a big piece of it. I can't give away my small piece to put it in those salons in the hopes that somebody will buy it. I'd probably be better off going to the salon, wearing it, and parading around. Well, I don't parade too well these days. But but it's all interesting because for me, I love to learn things. I have loved learning my entire life. So anytime I can learn something new or share something new that I have learned, it's it's something that's really meaningful to me. Really. Oh, yeah, that's interesting too. Yeah, I suspect with the business card that would be places. Hi, Sunny, nice to see you. Um, that the places that you go to might be more inclined to do that. So, yeah, I think it's just finding my way. And I wish I had time to sit down and write because I would love to start to write my book. um, yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. I really I think as soon as I can get out of this house and not have that huge axe over my head. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Any place that I go, it is making a statement. People will like it or they won't. The only thing, yes, wearing it definitely makes a difference. Sit on a yeah, sit on a bench. That's a good idea, and that's probably something I could do well. I sit well these days, although not for any extended periods of time. I have not been designing at all, and I don't have the time. I just don't have the time. I have to sell my home. I have no choice. Um, yeah, you're absolutely right, Sandy. The pigeons would land on me. Yeah, they say it's lucky, but that kind of luck I could do without. So, um, I have not a clue. I have not a clue. Depending upon how long it takes to sell the house, and I've got a load of work I have to do before I can put it on the market. But depending upon how long it takes to sell, I might temporarily move in with Linda. Hi, Dolores. Good to see you. Um, it would buy me a little time because I need to make a decision, and I really won't know what my options are until I see what I get out of this. And I also, it would be wonderful if I could get out of this and then have a little bit of time to kind of, yeah, to make a little more money, get back to doing some more real estate and make a little more money to put back because I've lost so much. So if I could possibly do that, that would be wonderful. But at least I won't have the huge burden of every month and all of those. I have a great real estate agent, Denise. Um, yeah, I believe I know the value of my home ish. But the truth is, I won't know what the value is until I get it as fixed up as I possibly can. I wish I had the money to make some improvements that I think would make a big difference, but unfortunately I do not. So I have to do the best I can with the very limited funds. And I want to do it before the market breaks because right now the market is still really good here. And the market always dictates the price. But the market right now is very good here. Inventory is building. There will be a change in the market. I can stage it as well as I can stage it given. Oh, my lawn looks wonderful. My lawn looks wonderful. I'm going to be doing a whole video about that. There is a service that they have here that was started a while ago that is absolutely wonderful. Not here, Denise. It doesn't slow down here in the fall. There is certainly a large contingent of people who want to get into houses before the school year starts. However, we really have, unless in bad markets, it'll slow down. But when the market is good, it really doesn't. I've done some of my best deals between Thanksgiving and Christmas when it's notoriously supposed to be slow. So it all depends. I mean, this year for me has been horrible, but then again, look where I am compared to where I was. So I have no right to complain on any level whatsoever. So I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for the good scan that I had. And please, God, may it stay that way for the next one. And I just want to find some equanimity. Doesn't really make any, it's a funny thing. I had a client a couple of years ago who wanted to sell the house. They wanted to close in June. I'm going to have to, the sad thing for me is I'm going to have to sell a good bit of my furniture, and that kills me. There are things that I absolutely love that I have. I'm going to try to keep some of it, but I'm going to have to sell a lot of the stuff. My Vitamix goes with me wherever I go. And yeah, but as for when to put the house on the market, as I started to say, this woman they called me in because it was the way they were. They were just very regimented in, they did everything exactly the right way. So they called me in. They called me in to do an appraisal on the house in, I think it was October. And they both told me that they wanted to sell in June, so they thought they would put the house on the market in, I think they said March. I said, mistake, don't do it. I said, we're in a good market now. Put your house on the market. They wanted to get through the holidays. I said, get your house on the market by the second week in January. And she said, why? We don't want to close until June. And I said, you will find the right buyer. And that buyer, if they want your house, you will be able to control that, and you'll be able to get them to wait until you're ready. Sure enough, I put the house on the market the second week in January. It just so happens that year we had a major snowstorm, and I had 2 open houses scheduled, Saturday and Sunday. I had to take the sign and climb a snow mountain to put the sign in. I felt like I put my flag in after climbing, one of the big mountains, which that's another story. But so this girl came to the open house. I think she was the first or second person in that Saturday. And she said to me, she said, my husband's working today, but I want to bring him back to see the house tomorrow. And I said, great. I said, I'll be here tomorrow as well. She brought him back the next day. They bought the house. This is the couple that called me in now that they're thinking of selling. This is 5 years down the road. And they bought the house that very day. And they wanted the house so much, they waited until June to close. Now, the reason I had told my clients that was because it put them in control. If they waited until March to put the house on the market and they wanted to close in June, in downstate New York, it takes 2 to 3 months to close on a house from contract to closing. That meant that they needed to get a buyer right away, or they were not in control and they would have to lower their price and they would have to do whatever it took to get the house sold. I didn't want them in that position. I wanted them to have, I wanted them to be able to determine the way it went, and it worked out very well. So yeah, it makes absolutely no difference here when the market is good. When the market is not good, that's another story. And I sense a slight change in the market. It hasn't hit the market yet, and I'm praying my house is ready before it hits. Oh, that's really funny. Oh, that's really funny. So, yeah, real estate here is just very, very different than it was when I started 32 years ago. It was much more seasonal back then. Speaking of eating candy, yesterday when I went to pick up I went to pick up my medication yesterday, and they happened to have a sale. They happened to have a sale on the Lindt chocolate bars with the hazelnut, 2 for $5. I am embarrassed to tell you how many I bought. Anybody want to guess? Taking guesses. Did I tell you? I did 8. I bought 8. Is that sick? It really is. I got 8 of them. Because at first I picked up 6 of them, and I said to myself, you can eat 6 too fast. So I got 8 of them because they're not often that price. I know, I am awful. I really am awful. I got, exactly. Oh, that's hilarious. That's really funny. So, yeah, so I didn't take a look at the pills until I got home. And then I opened the bottle. Now, this is the amlodipine mesylate, which I have been taking for many, many years since it was Norvasc. And I opened the bottle and I said, they gave me the wrong pills. And I said, oh, here we go. So I called up the pharmacist and I said, you gave me the wrong pills. I said, this is not my amlodipine mesylate. So he said to me, they changed the pills. It's the same company, but they changed the pills. Yes, Hazel did. So he told me it's the right pill. The problem, of course, is, and I said, how could they do this? It's a 10 milligram pill. The older pill was not huge, but it was a normal size round pill. The new one is tiny. I said, how could they take a 10 milligram pill that was much bigger and make a 10 milligram pill that's much smaller? Where does the stuff go? How can they possibly put the same stuff or the same amount of stuff into it? So I'm not, I wasn't 100% convinced that he was telling me the truth, but I looked it up. So you're going to post pictures of when I don't think I want to see that. Thank you very much. So that's what happened with the pills. I hate when they change things on me because when I take something that doesn't bother me, I hate to change it and then risk having something that may or may not work. It is hard for old people. It really is. Although I, most of the time, don't think of myself that way. I really don't. If it weren't for the fact that my body is crumbling from the inside out, I think I really would feel as if I was in the prime of my life. My father used to say that all the time, though. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, you said that. That's really funny, Casey. That's hilarious. It's hard. What is it? And the room is hot, right? That is so funny. Yeah, that is hilarious. What I started to say at the very beginning of this conversation, though, was I realized how much of a shopaholic I was because as I'm finding things to sell, I'm finding things that look a lot like the things that I've already sold. Oh, yum. All the tags, loads of things with tags on them. And these were things that I absolutely had to have. It's amazing to me. Now, one of the handbags that I sold, um, one of the handbags that I sold was a polka dot handbag. It was in red and black, and it sold very quickly. I think that I only had it on my closet, in my closet for a couple of days. Well, I have the same exact handbag in black and white. So I'm going to put that one in the closet maybe tomorrow or the next day. And I also had bought it, I don't know where it is yet, but I also had bought it in blue and black. Not all at the same time. I loved it so much that I bought it in blue and black, and I have one, believe it or not, in orange and black. I loved that handbag. I just loved it. Once I started to use it, exactly. I had it in all different colors. So, I realized once I started to use it that I did not really like using it because it has a flap with a lock on it. And every time the phone rang, I had to unlock the thing, flip the flap back. By the time I got to my phone, it stopped ringing. And I said, that's just not going to work. So, anyway, the second handbag of that ilk will be on my closet tomorrow or the next day, whenever I can get to it. No, it's not leather. It's like a patent leather, actually. And I mean, it's a beautiful, I love it. I really love the bag. I loved it in every single color. The red and black one I never used. The black and white one I did use. Um, the blue and black one I never used because that was the last one that I had gotten. I have several handbags. I have Coach, Dooney, and Kate Spade. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I have done, and in different colors. It was very, very eye-catching. And the interesting thing, so I'm learning also that it's kind of like having a hook. That's a very interesting thing, Lauren. I know. I never realized just how much I love black and white until I started to put things in my closet or buy things for the closet, even when I was buying them at the thrift store. I 9 things out of 10 that I picked up were black and white, and it was only when I started to photograph them that I said, "Wait a minute, my whole closet is going to be black and white." So that was funny. And snakeskin and ostrich, absolutely. I love snakeskin, and I like the ostrich look also. Yeah, I really like it. It's striking, isn't it, Dolores? I love navy and white too. I really do. And the funny thing for me to love navy is amazing when I think about it, because when I was a little girl, and I'm sure I've shared this before, my mother always dressed me in navy blue because she thought it was a color I looked good in. I had sallow skin, and she would dress me in navy blue. And I grew up thinking that I hated navy blue, but in fact, I really love it. As a matter of fact, look, this is actually navy and white. It looks black now, but it's a navy blue and white. You're not a purple and navy fan? Yeah. I like leather too, and most of what I do have is leather. Yes, it is, Denise. I have a lot of leather stuff. However, after buying the Coach, taking the risk on that, the Coach bag and the wallet, the wallet has gotten so many likes. And the handbag has too, but the wallet has gotten a lot of likes. It just hasn't sold yet. Oh, Never See You in Purple. I love purple. Actually, I have a blue and brown leather. It may not even be leather. It's a Coach, but I don't think it is leather. S&M leather? Oh yeah, right. Um, but I do love that brown and blue. It's an angled stripe Coach bag. The problem is I can't reach it now because it's up on the top shelf in my closet and I can't get on a ladder. Yes. Yeah, I love purple. I love purple. I love green. Yeah, Sandy, you want to share? Red is a great color, and I almost never wear red. That's funny. That really is funny. So, all in all, Sandy makes hummus. That is hilarious. That is really hilarious. Yeah, we actually had a couple of storms but I'm happy for them because it means I don't have to worry about watering the lawn. It's being taken care of for me because I have to drag the hose around and I'm really not in any great physical condition to do that. Take care, Sandy. Have a good night's sleep. Oh, it's not the service that cut my grass. It is the service that sent the guy who cut my grass. And I don't want to get into it too much because I want to do a whole video on it. But it's the service is called Umbrella, and it's a way for older people to stay in their houses and get help. So it is, it is really a quite wonderful service, and I am looking forward to being able to use it for other things as well. I'll film that in the next day or two or whatever. I will definitely watch that, Sandy. Thanks. And what I need is a little cry. Oh, the service is absolutely wonderful. What a great idea somebody came up with. So I'm happy to have the benefit of it. And I actually, well, I mean, I had seen ads for it, and ultimately, when I couldn't get the grass done, and it was stressing me terribly, I was so worried about the dogs. I was so worried about ticks. I was worried about fleas. I was worried about the town coming after me. So yes, that is wonderful. It was sad. I mean, but God bless her. She lived a long, long life. She really did. I think it's sad for all the animals because she was such a friend to the animals. She really was. But my first thought was that she would see her son again. And I thought that would have been such a gift for her. Yeah, I think she had some arrangements. I thought I had read something about that she had arrangements for it. So, yeah, it's always so hard to lose people that we care about, whatever, on whatever level. Yes. Yeah, she did. She had some kind of arrangements made. I just don't remember what it was. You're not over Elvis. Yeah. I just wonder if they sing and dance and do all that stuff over there. It's kind of like when people say rest in peace. I think that's a terrible thing to say because I think it's much better than that. Uh huh. Did they? Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, I would definitely like to see that. Yeah. She had some tough times in her life. Certainly was taken advantage of by some men. Losing her son, I can't even conceive of that. Uh-huh. You think you'd freak them out? I told David that when I go that I want to be cremated and I want my ashes to be on his fireplace forever. Alternatively, I think but my ashes would be in his fireplace for a minute. So, And so it goes. I'm really looking forward to seeing him. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I have it on here. No. Let me see if I have the picture on here. Where is it? Did I show you this from Zach's graduation? Isn't that great? I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe it. Two of my favorite guys in the world. Of course, my other favorite guy is not in that shot. But look how Zach towers over David. Son of a gun. It's like he suddenly grew up. Yeah, it's funny. They always used to tell me about Zach that he looked a lot like David. And I never saw it, but I see it now. Yeah, now David, I think David's about 5'11", and Zach has got to be 6'1" or 6'2". And it's funny because Dylan is not tall yet. And yeah, this is my graduate. That's so great. Oh, and my nephew, my brother's son, Neil, just got a job working, I think it's the express desk. Um, he does look like him, yeah. He just got a job on the New York Times um, as a breaking news reporter. So that was really exciting too. I mean, he's been one of the top political reporters for years, but he was working on two different newspapers in Connecticut, and now the New York Times. Wow, that's really the big time. I'm so excited for him. So there's really some good stuff going on. Thank God. It's always nice to have some happy news. Isn't he a nice looking young man? And he's a good guy. He's really a good guy. He's a sweetheart. He really is. And I mean, golf is his life. I really hope he can do that for a living because, I mean, I will never understand how they knew on some level when he was 2 years old, he got his first golf club. Don't think that that's going to happen. I would have to move out there. He loves Arizona, and they have some of the best golf courses in the country. Never thought about that, Casey. Yeah, I don't think he would probably laugh if I mentioned something about it, because I don't think he thinks of himself that way at all. He really does not. You know, he's just such a good kid. They both are. They really both are. And Dylan's getting to be all grown up too. It goes way too fast. All of it just goes way too fast. Oh, I found a guy that I want. I forgot to tell you this important little tidbit. This is a guy on Plenty of Fish. I mean, he doesn't know it yet. But I was looking through some of the profiles because I keep getting messages from guys who are totally inappropriate or guys in Nigeria sitting behind their computers and writing all this drivel. But this was a guy he lives in Greenwich, Connecticut, and that's where Neil lives. And my brother lives in Connecticut as well. And he's a contractor. And I said, what could be better? Yeah, so right now it's my dream, Patty. Has nothing to do with anything more than that. I just came across his profile And I was talking to Linda and I said, "Oh, Linda," I said, this is my guy." I said, "I may not be his girl, but this is my guy." So I just don't ever have the nerve to make the first move. I don't ever do. I'm old fashioned. In my day, guys approached gals. I mean, it was just not, I'm not, I'm not aggressive. I'm just not aggressive. And I just, aside from which fact, right about now, I wouldn't do too well being, yeah, but I really don't do do too well with rejection right about now because there's been so much negativity with all the stuff that it would be terrible to have to deal with that as well. Mm, yeah. And it's funny, when I was describing this guy, I said he's my kind of guy. I mean, yeah, I know. He looks, well put together. It's sort of a conservative look. Not, I don't mean crazy conservative, but not a hippie look or anything like that. And I know that's an outdated word, but just nice, middle of the road, clean cut, nice, just really nice. And I said, "Oh, if I had my choice, that's what I would pick." So it was interesting. So once again, it is what it is. But I was in one of the shots he did, in another one, no. Yeah, you knew it. That's funny. Why did you think that would be what would appeal to me? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a guy wearing a tie. I mean, I grew up in a time where guys always wore ties. Where did he go to school? Don't have the slightest idea. I like ties too. I like really nice ties. I used to give my husband ties. He had very good taste anyway. He wore beautiful clothes. He was a nice looking guy. Oh well. On that note, my friends, I do too. I do too. I think it has a classy kind of look. I think, but in the one way he's not, you always married guys that went to work in ties. I would say the same thing, except I always married only one. So it is what it is. I don't have that much experience at it. Hi. Yes, well, do step in. Yeah. Yeah, I just yeah. Oh, maybe he went to Wharton. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if he's from there, but I love Greenwich. What's not to like, though? That's so funny. It was right up in Greenwich. Come to think of it, when I did my certification for um, my staging, I took my class up in Connecticut in Stamford, and the house that we staged was in Greenwich. I totally forgotten about that till this very minute. And yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, my brother doesn't live there. My brother lives up in Bridgewater, where the chocolates are made. But my nephew lives in Greenwich. Oh, really? Your daughter was telling her dad he hates him? Who's he? Yeah. Uh, there was another guy from Western Connecticut someplace who had contacted me over the weekend, and he wanted to know if I was not busy for the next few days, then maybe we could meet somewhere to have a bite to eat or something, or I don't remember. And I was going to say, meet somewhere, like where? You want to meet me? You got to meet me somewhere around here, not in Connecticut, because I wouldn't meet a total stranger where I was not comfortable being. I'd want to be in a place where I felt safe for the first time. There are so many phonies out there. There are so many people who are not. Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. Yes, that's really funny. There's actually a church diagonally across the street from my house. So I could say, yes, we could meet there. Not a subway. I haven't been on a subway in so many years, I can't tell you. The only subway I have done recently has been where I buy my food. And I haven't been there lately either, come to think of it. Yes, yes, no. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I am suddenly tired. Okay, I'm going to say goodnight. And what I would like to do today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Really? No, I haven't seen that. I'm going to try. I'll let you know ahead of time. Thanks a lot. I'm going to let you know ahead of time, but maybe I can do either Saturday night or Sunday for the next live. So I will mention it ahead of time. You can let me know what works best for you. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. This was really nice. I'm so glad that we had a chance to do this. And I think, yeah, good night. Good night, all my little owlets. Take care. Have a wonderful night. Be well, everybody.